Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live. I'm your host, Rod, here in sunny Philadelphia for this Friday, September 26th. I'm in sunny Philadelphia today. We got some sun today. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are getting some sun wherever you are in the world today. We're going to be talking about a few things here today. This is the tech show where we talk about the daily tech news and the daily eInk news of the day. And we talk about some other rando stuff too. If you know me, we'll get into some side tangents. I said side tangents, side tracks and tangents. We'll do both. It's a side tangent. Good morning, everybody. Let's get to the good mornings to the people that are in the chat already. I really appreciate you guys. Like I said, I'm here in sunny Philadelphia with some of my good friends in the chat. We got Javier in here early. We got Aaron. We also got Mitch. How's it going? We got my brother, Mr. Larry Goodman, and we also got Buck here today. Good morning, you guys. Thanks for joining me. Oh, snap. Jack Betts just joined. Good morning. How you doing? Thanks for joining. We're going to talk about a couple of interesting things today. Some AI stuff from yesterday. We're going to mix it with some AI stuff from today. We got some eInk stuff to talk about, too. I wanted to get to a couple of things that we didn't get to yesterday with some eInk. So MontBlanc, I kind of understand them now. Brother, have you ever heard of MontBlanc? Let me know. Let me know if you have. I know my brother's into the finer things in life. Me, I'm in the dirt. I'm in the mud. I get dirty. My brother, he's with the finer things in life. He probably knows who MontBlanc is. I didn't. But I got a better understanding of who they are now, so I can talk about them in a way that's respectable. Maybe. Again, thank you guys for joining me. We're going to go ahead and get to the holidays for the day. Just a couple of quick hits for the holidays. We got Native American days today. So listen, I'm in North America. Okay, that's where I live. Philadelphia, more specifically. I wish Philadelphia was in California, but it's in Pennsylvania. I'll deal with it. I'm in North America. The home of Native Americans Like, we've learned so much from the Native Americans as North Americans. There would be no U.S. Army Rangers without Native Americans. There would be none. The first Army Ranger learned everything he knew from the Native Americans. Hunting in the bayous? Listen, you think Europeans were going to learn how to hunt and track things in the bayous without Native American help? We're here because of the Native Americans. We learned to survive here because of them. They had survived here for thousands of years without us. So we owe it to them. So that just shout out to the Native Americans in the world today. I love you guys. Listen, North America is my home. I love North America, and the people who helped us make this our home. I really appreciate you guys. So bringing some notice from Native Americans today. Johnny Appleseed. We're going into American history here. Johnny Appleseed, one of the people who spread trees across the United States. Let's look at this guy, Johnny Appleseed. His name wasn't Johnny Appleseed either. What was his name? Let's check it out here. Johnny Appleseed, better known as John Chapman, helped spread seeds around the U.S. So we're giving thanks to him today. Who else we got going on today? Who else we giving thanks to? European Day of Languages. Listen, I've been giving thanks to the EU for tech stuff that we have here in the U.S. Listen, your USB-C port on your iPhone, you can thank the EU, okay? You can thank them for that. So anytime I can the third-party watches that are about to be working on iPhones, you can thank the EU for that. So we're thanking the EU for a lot of things today, and that we're thanking them for Day of Languages. I know a language. I know English. I also know a little bit of Spanish. ¿Cómo está? ¿Y tú? Mira. Or la misma mierda. Listen, I know a little bit of Spanish, not a lot, a little bit. I was in the military with a whole bunch of Puerto Rican guys and a whole bunch of Mexican dudes, and I learned a lot of Spanish. Probably not very good Spanish, but I learned a lot of it. All right, how you guys doing out there today? Those are the holidays for today. If you guys got anything big we need to talk about, let me know in the chat. We got tech news to talk about and eInk news, but we'll talk about other stuff too. So MontBlanc must contact you about your slander. They did. They were like, listen, I contacted them like, can I get a device? Aren't you that guy who talked big crap about us the other day? That's you, right? I'm like, no, that was my producer. My producer talked crap. I'm just the guy. I'm the PR person. That's a different Rod. That wasn't me. That was a different Rod altogether. That wasn't me. Yes, cologne. Oh, so you do MontBlanc cologne, no doubt. So MontBlanc must, yeah, they did it. They did. Steelers football at 9 a.m. Sunday is way too early. What? Although Amy's a Steelers fan, and so I watch Steelers games. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan though. That's my true love. Josh Allen. Listen, MVP. Josh Allen for MVP. Jack says, must be writing instruments, leather, watches, accessories on your or your youngest category of new technologies. Our master craftsmen work diligently to pour their hearts and souls into every step. Yeah. Master craftsman. Yeah, sure, says Mitch. Yeah. All right, let's get to the tech story, shall we, you guys? All right, so first up here on the tech news we got is going to be about, listen, this has been big controversy, you guys. This has been big controversy. An artist got signed. Oh wow, whoa. I went out of order, my bad. My bad, you guys. I'm sorry. I did not mean to start us off with AI music. The biggest news is the TikTok thing. So let's talk about the TikTok deal. All right. So actually, you know what? Yo, scratch that. We're going to the TikTok deal after this. I got some quick hits. Robots collide with a man in LA. I saw the video. It looked like the man was colliding with the robot. That's all I'm going to say about that in case people are upset about it. Nano Banana is still going bananas. If you guys don't know what Nano Banana is, check it out. It's all the rage right now. I'm like, I haven't used Nano Banana yet, but it's everywhere. Meta rolls out teen accounts. They're just figuring out better ways to feed these kids to the metaverse. That's all that's going on here. They're feeding kids to the metaverse. It's like Seymour and the killer plant. All right. Now we're going on to tech stories. My bad. Okay. All right, now, the big thing here, TikTok. So the TikTok ban. We all know about the TikTok ban. Yesterday, they just signed another extension. Why did they sign that extension? We're about to talk about it. So President Trump signed an executive order Thursday extending the ban order until January 23rd, paving the way for a TikTok deal that could transfer majority ownership of the app to Americans. Though not finalized yet, under the new framework agreement outlined in the executive order, TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance and its affiliates will own less than 20% of TikTok, while certain investors will retain 80% of ownership. Certain investors. We'll talk about who are these certain investors. Not all investors are known, so some of them are shadow investors, but some include Oracle and its co-founder Larry Ellison, Michael Dell from Dell fame, you know him. Rupert Murdoch also will be involved. So those are just some of the people that are going to be involved in this deal. The deal will allow these Chinese investors to control the app's algorithm as well. So the algorithm is going to be, if this deal goes through, the algorithm is going to be U.S. owned. That's crazy. That's huge. I didn't think that was going to happen at all, but there's more. The plan would achieve the qualified divestiture required for TikTok to comply with the federal law, according to the executive order. And this executive order was the order that was signed back when President Biden was in office over security measures. So this is stemming from all of that. Thursday's executive order extends the ban's non-enforcement to 120 days or until January 23rd in order to give the divestiture time to be completed. So we supposedly have a deal that's going to be going through. We'll be talking about this next week where the deal fell through and there's more criteria to it. Whatever. Okay, so moving on. Next thing we got up on the list is going to be, now we can get to the AI. Now we can get to the AI deal. This is listen, I've been wanting to rant about this for a whole 2 days. So just roll with me on this journey, chat, okay? We're going on a journey. Just rock with me. Now, this is my thoughts. So we're going to go into the details of this first, and then I'm going to go into my rant about how I feel about AI in creative arts, okay? People are upset about it. I'm not. I'm happy. But we'll talk about why. So Elisha Johnson. So at first, let's get to the headlines. AI artist signs a $3 million deal. So the first of its kind. Elisha Johnson, a young woman from Mississippi who used Suno, the AI tool used to make music, has signed a recording deal as her AI character or persona, Xania Monet. Xania? I think it's Xania Monet. It starts with an X, so that's probably the Z sound. So let's go ahead and look at this. This is the app right here, okay? This is not the Suno app. Why didn't I get... Okay, never mind. This is it. So this app lets you create music, okay? You can do all kinds of stuff. Beats, sounds, voices, all kinds of things, okay? So this is the kind of software this young woman is using to make music. Now, the picture you see here is not her, okay? The picture you see here is the AI persona. So this is the picture that everyone sees with the music. This young lady just writes the music. So she writes the music. The picture she shows on the album cover or on the title of the music is this picture that you're seeing right here. Can we see this picture? All right, we can see it. Okay, is this picture right here. And the voice also is not her. So the voice is AI generated. The only thing that's not AI generated is the lyrics, okay? Now, why does that matter? Because people are like, oh, you can't copyright AI material, blah. Well, she's not copywriting AI material. She's copywriting her material. And she's putting a face to the material and a voice to the material that's not hers. Now, let's go into some other details. I can't wait to go in on this. This young woman has racked up over 1 million streams on Spotify. So legitimately, whatever music she's making is good. And she gets over 100,000 views, religiously on whatever she posts behind this artist's name here on her socials. So the music does well. The writer of the lyrics signed the deal. So this is not this person that we're seeing, the AI model here didn't sign the deal. The person who wrote the lyrics signed the deal, which makes it okay because you can't copyright your own lyrics. She's good to go. This is essentially ghostwriting, which has been happening since writing has been a thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what? How do you guys feel about this? I'm going to get into my take here in a second, but how do you guys feel about this? Or any of the stores that we covered here today? Let's go to the chat. Give us Sharon Apple. Wow. Morning, Christina. How's it going? BM. Morning. How's it going? Thanks for joining. The Rock says, with TikTok and tariffs and Win 10, sure are a lot of cans being kicked down the road. Yeah. Cans being kicked. Buck says, at least the kids will be somewhere that's green for once. Where? MontBlanc tablet would look great next to my Prada toaster. Right. And my Gucci butt scratcher. It's good. That Gucci butt scratcher it's a pretty decent piece of tech. It's pretty decent. MB, be it writing instruments, leather, watches, accessories, or your... Oh, we've already gotten through that. Artisanal handcrafted e-ink panels with hand-placed particles. Right, it's an e-ink panel. They just threw some leather on it and gave it their pen design. It's going to be trash. MontBlanc people will buy it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that, MontBlanc. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call it trash. It's still early in the show. I'm sorry. I haven't even gotten to that point yet. My bad. I apologize. With TikTok and it is scary music. It is scary. That is scary music until the Grammy Awards. We'll see. Like, I think this is the way, you guys. I think this is going to be one of the ways. It may not be the way, but I do think this is going to be one of the ways. Music already been to electronic. I'm not for AI music. Fair point. The Rock says using AI like that is kind of like using a synth keyboard or audiobooks. It's more an instrument than anything. Using an AI pick to invent a persona is gross, though. Okay, now let's talk about that. Now I have a unique take on this that I'm about to explore. Like I said, we're going on a journey. You guys got to rock with me for a little bit on this one, okay? Float me a little bit. This is essentially ghostwriting, okay? That's how I feel about it. This is essentially ghostwriting. And ghostwriting has been around since the invention of music. You don't believe me? Let's talk about it. The Bronte sisters, aka the Bell brothers, a troupe of sisters who did a bunch of influential literary works in the 1700s. We're going to get no credit for those works had they published those works under a male name and a male persona. Because you can guarantee the picture that accompanied this wasn't their picture. It was something that someone just drew up of a dude. Same thing that's happening here. That picture is not that young woman who wrote the songs. That name is not the name of the young woman that wrote the songs. But just like the Bronte sisters, they had to use a different persona, a different picture than their own picture, and they had to use different names, male names, just to get recognition. Now, I'm not saying this young woman who made the Monet persona is doing it because it wouldn't get published, but maybe. Think about this. I have seen no pictures of this young woman. I'm not even going to go look for any pictures of her, but let's assume that let's just say she's not a very attractive young lady, okay? Maybe she doesn't feel she's very attractive, okay? Maybe she doesn't feel like her voice is all that good. But she's a hell of a writer. She knows she's a hell of a writer. And instead of giving that to another artist to do for her where she get pennies on the dollar for it, she signs her own deal, creates her own persona, creates her own name. That's being done already in music. You don't believe me? First, let's talk about the literary works. Mary Ann Evans, another writer back in the 1900s, went by a male pseudonym and a male persona, George Elliot. Just because she wouldn't get the respect and her works wouldn't have gotten published if she had done it any other way as herself. Now let's take this young woman here. Let's go to music. Drake. Listen, Drake, I don't think Drake has written a song in 10 years. 90% of Drake's stuff is ghostwriters. Drake's got a factory of ghostwriters that write songs for him nonstop. And he does He does what Berry Gordy did back in the day with Motown. He picked the best parts of a whole bunch of songs and put them together to make one song. He pulled a Berry Gordy. It's the same thing Berry Gordy did back in the day. Drake's doing that now. There's tons of artists out there right now who write bangers, who they just write great songs, slaps even. But yet they don't have the look or the name that they feel like would give their craft justice. Case in point with Drake. There was a ghostwriter for Drake. His name was Quentin Miller. Quentin Miller was a ghostwriter for Drake. Quentin Miller was a fire artist. Fire. Everything he wrote to me was good. The problem with Quentin Miller is he didn't look like a rapper, for one. He didn't have the I'm a rapper look, and he didn't care to change his look to even try to look like a rapper. And Quentin Miller didn't have the sound. When Quentin Miller sang his own songs or rapped his own songs, it didn't sound as good as when Drake rapped it, because Drake had a certain swag about him that made the song sound better than what Quentin did. So Quentin didn't have the voice or the look for rap, but he wrote heat. That could be the case for this young lady. And just so you guys know, Quentin Miller was dragged throughout the music industry. When people found out Quentin Miller was writing for Drake, they dragged him. Quentin Miller went through, like, I felt so bad for Quentin Miller. The dude got beat up and bullied throughout this whole thing because he wrote for Drake. He lost his leg throughout this whole debacle. I mean, the beef wasn't the reason he lost his leg, but he lost his leg doing all of this. Like, the dude, he gained nothing for ghostwriting for Drake. His life got worse after ghostwriting for Drake. Immediately it got better because he got some money. He got to hang out with Drake for a little while. But after it came out that he was ghostwriting for Drake, his life took a turn for the worse. And I would argue that he would probably take his old life versus the life he has now after working with Drake. My point is that if Quentin Miller had done what this young lady did, he'd probably still have both legs. I'm just joking about that. But he probably would have done better because all of his money would have been his. He gave songs to Drake for really nothing. He gave no money really financial through this whole thing. Of 20 grand? What's 20 grand to the $3 million contract this young lady just signed? Quentin Miller got 20 grand for working with Drake, which is not uncommon. A lot of writers get shafted in this process. So instead of a writer saying, oh, let me work with a big artist and get shafted, get pennies on the dollar for my work, let me go create an AI persona, let me go get an AI voice, and now I'm making the money I should make. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about this, whether you like or dislike. I'm just making a point that this is not new. This has been happening. The only difference here is the person whose art is being exploited is actually getting paid for it. I'm gonna go on. I'm not done with this. Let's go to the chat though. As a former artist, I don't have an issue with that, but I don't like it, says Aaron. We're gonna get to that, Aaron. We're gonna get to the whys of that. Buck says AI generated visual avatar is a character is not significantly different than Guard dressing up in costumes or Buckethead and his mask. Exactly. It's no different than an artist selling their art to someone else who has a better face than them. Milli Vanilli. You guys remember Milli Vanilli back in the day? They didn't write their songs. They just had a look. They didn't even have the voice to be singing. They just had a look that people liked. So the A&Rs hired someone else for the voice, hired someone to write the songs for them. This is no different. I mean, Milli Vanilli was vilified for it, and then, I mean, it didn't end well for them in the end, but they did make some money initially. They made some money initially. I don't have an issue because she's actually writing the lyrics. There you go. The hard work is being done already. This is no different than a ghostwriter for Drake or Beyonce or Elvis. Elvis had ghostwriters. You think Elvis wrote those songs? Calm down. That's not entirely accurate about Drake. Whoa. What do you mean, Aaron? Drake does have a factory of ghostwriters, bro. If you don't believe me, just if you don't if you don't believe me, just check. Go do your Googles on Four Bats. Go do your Googles on I Love McConan. Go do your Googles on Quentin Miller. Go do your Googles on Magic Jordan. Go do your Google. Like, I could go on. I could go. Drake, there's many publicized events of Drake having ghostwriters and something happening that brought the truth out. Like, Drake, I don't know. Drake, I don't think Drake has written a song in 10 years. Drake used to write his songs and he used to write for other people. Now Drake has people writing for him. Like, Drake was a ghostwriter for a lot of people. Drake wrote a bunch of Rick Ross songs. Like, Drake used to be a ghostwriter himself. Drake ghost wrote for Lil Wayne. I want to say ghost wrote for Lil Wayne's dad too, Big Stunner, Birdman. Moving on. AI cheats to get the right pentatonics for the right mood. It is cheating because it's too good. This young lady could have just told it to write a country song from the same R&B lyrics, and it would have made a country voice, a country twang. It's too good. I don't mind that, though. I don't mind that. Morning, y'all. Wow, I did not expect Rod to reveal himself as one of Drake's ghostwriters this morning. Nah, I don't ghostwrite. Moving on. Drake's also a ghostwriter, LOL. Yeah, Drake is a ghostwriter himself. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Aaron. Drake is a ghostwriter himself. He used to ghostwrite, but now he has ghostwriters because he's got bigger. Think about Rihanna used to write her own stuff. Now she's too big. Rihanna has a factory of ghostwriters now. Rihanna holds camps. She holds 2-month-long camps where she just invites writers to her house or a villa or a location. They write for 2 months. And then she takes the best songs that came out of that camp from whoever wrote it, and she uses those for her own songs. Rihanna hasn't written. This is industry stuff right here. I'm not mad at this. Ghostwriters are keeping the music industry going. Absolutely, Dr. Ling. Absolutely. Because the bigger artists are just figureheads now. They're just recognizable faces and voices now. The fresh takes are coming from new artists who are ghostwriting for them. Yeah, and Drake does that all the time. He goes to Atlanta when he needs a check balance. Shout out to Kendrick. Almost every artist has a camp of writers. Almost. There are still some artists who don't have writers, who they write all their own stuff. Katy Perry. Katy Perry is somebody who writes all of her own. Matter of fact, she ghostwrites for a lot of artists, but she writes all her stuff is her own. Fiona Apple, all her stuff was her own. Who else we got here? Jay-Z. Jay-Z didn't even write. He definitely wouldn't want to have somebody else writing for him. All his stuff was freestyle. There's tons of artists who don't have writers, who use their own material. But there are a lot, the real big ones typically have people writing for them. The only big one I know that's not, the only hugely big artist right now that I know is writing her own stuff is, what's her name? Travis Kelce's wife or fiance. It's Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift might be the biggest artist who still writes her own stuff. She's an oddity in the business though. That's not the norm. The Rock says, but that's why they organized under SCAP. Writers need recognition. Absolutely. Writers need recognition. So I'm not saying Drake doesn't have a writing camp. Okay. Lamar said Drake ain't ghetto. He's not. Drake is not hood at all. But if you look at Drake's work, you would think he was, because if he got these young hood writers writing all of his hood lyrics for him. Just so he can remain relevant in his 40s. It's also a big difference between hip-hop, ghostwriting, and traditional singers. I don't know if there's a difference, bro. I don't know if there's a difference. I think rap has become so... I think rap is the new pop. Hip-hop is the new pop. It's the most influential music right now. I mean, that ain't even debatable. That's like a proven fact. And when something becomes the most popular sound, you guarantee the corporate interest of making sure that the sound remains relevant. How do you do that? You have you have a camp full of ghostwriters. That's how you do that. Jay says I would go to Rihanna camp. Me too. There was a guy I found out about Rihanna's camp through a guy named I can't even remember his name now, but he went to one of them and talked about the experience. It's also Jay-Z's insanely talented though. Jay-Z is not normal. He's not a human being. He's insanely talented. The only other rapper I know is that just freestyles everything. They don't write down anything is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne does the same thing, but he's the only other one that I know of that does that. Jay-Z and Lil Wayne. Sheen says, what about Swift? Does she write us her own? Does she form it out? Or a little bit of both? No, Taylor Swift writes all of her own stuff. As far as I know, she does all of her own stuff, which is, like I said, it's an oddity in the market today. That Jay-Z thing is a myth as well. LOL. That's not a myth. It's not a myth. Yep, Dr. Dean says hip hop. That's exactly what it is right now. It's hip hop because hip hop is pop now. It's the most popular sound. It's proliferated every other genre at this point. You do know I'm a former artist and writer, LOL. I was in the business for a while. Were you? I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Aaron. I knew you were a super big hip hop fan. I did not know you were an artist, and I didn't know you were in the industry like that. That's good to know, though. That's good to know. So you got an insight to this stuff. He says, and Wayne 1000% has a ghostwriter. Really? Listen, Wayne walks around and says this. He said this publicly multiple times in many interviews. He don't write. And man, listen. Okay, how about this? You ever heard Lil Wayne's mixtape No Ceilings? If you listen to that mixtape No Ceilings, was probably one of the best mixtapes ever made. He freestyled that whole thing. I don't care what you say, Aaron. He freestyled that No Ceilings. Those were a bunch of freestyles over already established beats. What's Aaron's SoundCloud account? LOL. Philly's own Gilly the Kid. Oh snap, Gilly. Yo, I used to watch Gilly all the time. They got him and Gilly and who the dude he got a podcast with? Gilly and somebody else has a podcast now. It's a really good podcast too. Depends on the genres. Ghostwriters are nowhere to be found in rock and metal and heavy metal. That's a good point. Rock and heavy metal, yeah, I would agree with that. I would also argue that the lyrics are not as important in rock and heavy metal. It's the instrumental that's probably the most important part. I think in rock and heavy metal, your voice just has to be melodic enough to ride the track, right, and match the intensity of the music. Oh, Gilly wrote for Wayne. Really? Studio stuff, probably. I didn't know that though. I didn't know that because, like I said, Wayne has gone on record many times saying that he don't write his stuff. He freestyles everything. So if I'm just going off of what the person himself says, now I don't know that to be true. I guess Gilly, I'm not gonna argue with Gilly. I live in Philly. I do not need smoke from Gilly the Kid. Listen, I do not need smoke from Gilly the Kid. I'm gonna leave that right where it's at. You say Gilly wrote for him, then Gilly wrote for him. That's good enough for me. All right, now back to what I was saying since we caught up in the chat now. So back what I was saying about this AI content here. Now, this is how I feel about it. Elvis Presley had ghostwriters. Drake has ghostwriters. Rihanna has ghostwriters. Kelly Clarkson has ghostwriters. All of these big artists have ghostwriters, so this is not nothing new. I think people are upset for this for one reason: gatekeeping. The same reason these programmers are out here upset because of vibe coding, gatekeeping. The same reason Howard Stern. I love Howard Stern. But I can call BS when it's BS though, even though I really do like a person. Howard Stern's dislike towards podcasting is because of gatekeeping. Radio has gatekept a person's ability to get their voice out because you had to have connections, you had to have money, you had to have the right family, you had to kiss the right butts, all of this stuff to get on the airwaves. And Howard Stern will admit he did a lot of that in his early days just to get on the airways. And now that he's there, he's upset at podcasters because he's like, now anybody with a microphone and internet connection can do what I do. I'm like, yeah, Howard, but that shouldn't make you mad. It's the gatekeeping aspect that makes Howard mad about this, because there's a barrier to entry that he had to go through that newcomers don't. Same with these coders. These coders who've been coding for 30 years are like, oh, I had to go through this and that. Now these vibe coders can come up and get over it, bro. Get over it. I would not be able to do a live stream right now if not for this, if not for the gatekeeping of the airways not be a thing anymore. The gatekeeping being, or this not being a gate kept kind of situation, I would not be able to come on live stream with a microphone and voice my opinion to how many people are in the chat or in the live stream right now. We got 14 people in the live stream right now. You 14 people would not be hearing me right now if not for, if this is a gate kept kind of thing. But anybody with internet connection and a microphone can do what I'm doing right now. And radio people hate that. This is why I think artists hate this AI thing that this young woman's doing. They hate it because it's a gate-kept industry that the barriers to entry are getting broken down, and they don't like it because they're like, oh, I had to go through X, Y, and Z to get here, and they'll just, okay, that's how it's supposed to be. It's called progress, people. Progress isn't supposed to get harder. It's supposed to make things easier. What are we talking about? But it's the gatekeeping nature of these things that got people all up in arms. There's no gatekeeper anymore. I can't hide behind the gate anymore. Oh, I have to make really good stuff now that other people can come in who are better than me and do it. Well, yeah, get over it. You're gonna have more competition. Get over it. Man, it makes me mad. But anyway, let's get to the chat. That's my 2 cents on it, though, chat. That's my 2 cents. People are mad because the gatekeeping aspect of this, and those walls are being torn down by people like this young lady here. What's her name again? Elisha Jones. By young ladies like Elisha Jones who are breaking down these gatekeeping barriers that are up. Got these old gatekeepers and the butt kissers of the gatekeepers got them all upset. I've been kissing the butt keeper's gate for 30 years. She doesn't have to kiss the butt keeper's gate. Why? I said the butt keeper's gate. The gatekeeper's butt. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's move on. Let's go to the chat. Depends on the genres. I think we got there. Elvis, just never mind. Like Elvis had ghostwriters. You ain't nothing but a hound dog didn't come out of the mind of Elvis. That's for sure. Elvis went to the South. This is what Elvis did. Elvis went to the South, heard gospel music, and then heard people transforming that gospel sound into blues and was like, oh, I got to get in on this. I got to get in on this. Everyone doesn't use ghostwriters. Most singers use or collaborate with songwriters. When people use ghostwriters to give the impression that they wrote the song themselves. I don't know. Rihanna's not shy about saying all of her stuff is ghost written, and she, like I said, she puts on camps. So I don't think ghostwriters are meant to, and this is my brother, Mr. Larry Goodman. I don't think ghostwriters are meant to give the impression that you wrote it, because Rihanna's not trying to fool anybody with her writing camps. She publicizes it. It's on YouTube. So I don't think it's about hiding anymore. I think it may used to be, but not anymore. Hobbs says, it's true that what they say, this world is small. I'm also a Houstonian, Aaron. Oh, snap Hob and Aaron in Houston. That's a shirt idea right there. The Butt Keeper's Gate is the name of Drake's first mixtape. Elvis had songwriters. Oh, I see what you're saying, bro. You're saying ghostwriters are you're using semantics here. Okay, so you're saying songwriters, they use the word songwriter when they bring in writers to write songs. They use the term ghostwriter when they want to give the impression they wrote it. I see what you're saying. I think those terms are synonymous now, and they mean the same thing, because no one cares about hiding the person who wrote their songs anymore. That used to be the thing, but not anymore. She must be a student of Prince, the artist. Prince wrote his own stuff too. Absolutely. All right. I think that's it. So I got on my rant about AI and gatekeeping, but that's all I want to say about it. All right. Man, we're 40 minutes into the show yet. I haven't even got through the news. All right. Last thing. I mean, Amazon settles lawsuit over Prime subscription. Let's get to the last thing we got here. So here we go. Amazon paying a historic $2.5 billion in settlement with the Federal Trade Commission. The agency announced on Thursday, which is yesterday, ending a 2-year dispute over allegations the company tricked consumers into signing up for its Prime subscription service and then made it hard to cancel said service. This 2.5 billion breaks down into 2.5 billion breaks down into 1 billion goes to the government. You got to pay Uncle Sam. Just for us litigating this for you, you got to pay Uncle Sam. The other 1.5 billion funds are to be split between 35 million consumers. So the evidence showed that Amazon's used sophisticated subscription traps designed to manipulate consumers into enrolling into Prime, and then made it exceedingly hard for consumers to end their subscription. Amazon must make signing up for Prime less ambiguous and must make canceling Prime more obvious and straightforward, according to the courts. Amazon obviously didn't admit any wrongdoing in this situation, but they have fixed all of those things in accordance with the guidelines of the court. So those things have been fixed already. But super interesting. Some people will get paid. You'll get $2.50. Okay, you'll be able to buy a Coke in a can. You won't even be able to buy a Coke in a bottle for $2.50. Last thing here. I just wanted to look at some Google robots. Now, robots are folding clothes, and
so I'm going to make the task slightly more challenging. So this is Gemini Robotics 1.5. Aloha to sort these fruits into color matching plates.
Sure, I can certainly help you do that. Put the green fruit into the green plate.
Don't get me wrong, but
we enable it to think. It can perceive the environment.
So we got the robot here separating things by their color into different color plates.
Put the banana into the yellow plate.
Shapes,
although
colors,
this example seems very simple, the idea behind it is really powerful.
To put the fruit on. Very interesting overall. A whole bunch of robots doing various different things here. Can we blow this up a little bit? Yeah, there we go. All right, last one here. We're going to show. I thought this was interesting too.
And put the beanie in my bag?
A robot putting things into a bag for a person while it's having a conversation about what's going on.
And can you tell me if it's going to rain?
This made me see the future a little bit. It's like, oh, you're going to be doing stuff and have your AI robot doing things for you in the background while you're getting ready for something else, and it's answering questions for you. The future's going to be great. The future's going to be great, everybody. I don't have any details about this. I just thought it was cool when I saw it, and I wanted to show it to you guys. All right, let's go on to the eInk stories of the day. But first, let's go into the... All right, we don't have any more chat here. How many people did we lose with all of that? That was 40 minutes. Oh my God, we got 15 people still here. You guys care about the tech news? That's what's up. I probably should get to the eInk news first. If you guys want me to change the format, let me know your opinion down below. I try to get to quick news, but it's never quick. We're 45 minutes in. I don't even know how to do quick news. Maybe I just need to touch on the headlines and then just move on. eInk news first? No doubt. I thought about that one time. You know what? All next week, we're going to do eInk news first, and then we'll do the tech stories. How about that? All next week, that's how we'll do it. We'll flip the script on the format next week. First eInk story we got up here is going to be, I understand MontBlanc a little better now. A little better. Not a lot better, but I do understand MontBlanc a little better now. I saw a story. Let me look at my history here. I saw a story the other day that was talking about MontBlanc. Download? What the crap? History, bruh. Can I search my history? Why are they making it so hard to search history? What? I can't search. Oh my God. Oh, okay. They make it exceedingly hard to get a search box to search your history. And I'm trying to search and it's not letting me. Oh, yeah, it is. It did. It let me. My bad. All right, let's talk about MontBlanc here. So this article right here, I read this yesterday, and it gave me a better understanding of MontBlanc. The history of their watches was really interesting reading this article right here. And we'll go down here to take a look at it real quick. So the history of their watches put things in perspective for me, right? They talk about historical figures, like the first Arthur they're celebrating with this watch collection right here. And this collection is over 100 years old. I'm just thinking, man, dude, they've been doing real work in the space. And like, I didn't even know who in the luxury watch and pen space, that is. And I didn't know who they were. I thought it was very interesting. I wanted to read this one part here. Where is it at? I think this is it right here. Here we go. MontBlanc introduced a limited edition version of its Star Legacy Exo Tourbillon to celebrate the 100th anniversary of its Meisterstuck. Oh, there we go. Of its Meisterstuck writing instrument and pay tribute to Inhedana. I'm butchering this. Inhedana, the world's earliest known author, which I love history, and a factoid like that saying that this is the name of the world's first known author. I'm like, okay, I'm digging y'all now. Y'all care about the finer things in life. The Meisterstuck, German for masterpiece, was originally released in 1924 and has gone on to become the most famous writing instrument of any MontBlanc collection over the last century, you guys. The limited edition timepiece is a fitted tribute to the iconic pen that has been the choice of some of the biggest political and cultural. This is the biggest thing that got me right here. Some of the biggest political and cultural figures, including Nelson Mandela and President Kennedy. I didn't know they had a pedigree like that. So big respect to MontBlanc. Okay, so MontBlanc, highest mountain in the Alps, no doubt. Do eInk first. Luxury brand, fountain pen, $800. My search bar is at the top. Yeah, I will do eInk first next week. Next week we're gonna do eInk first all week, so that's how we'll do it. But I respect MontBlanc a little more now. I gotta put some respect on their name when I talk about them. Their eInk tablet is still going to fail. Okay, let's not mince words here. Their eInk tablet will fail. I just have more respect for the name now. That tablet will be trash. They'll sell 10 copies. Oh, it's not a book. They'll sell 10 devices. We'll see them on eBay. All right, ViWoods update 3.9.8 went out, you guys. That right there was interesting because I'm like, why would they do an update? I think I have this update. Oh, here we go. Let's check out this update. Someone's talking about the update on Reddit. So I saw this update. I downloaded it. I looked at the change log. There was nothing new. And then this person on Reddit is like, first glance looks the same as 3.9.3 beta, and it is perfectly successful update and fast and responsive afterwards. Yeah. So maybe they just changed the name of the beta. I don't know. It looked the same to me. There was nothing new in the change log, so I'm not really going to go over it. I've already put that video out. If you want to see it, there's a video on it. We got it up there. What else we got here? eInk Reddit. So let's check out some eInk Reddit for the next 10 minutes, you guys. Actually, let's go to the chat real quick, too. Let's do the chat before we go to eInk Reddit. Well, did tell you this last week while you went on your rant about the eInk. Oh, I mean that the talent doesn't need to sell. No doubt, Aaron. Yeah, I went on my rant last week. I was upset. I was like, I didn't know. My bad, MontBlanc. I had to learn the ways of the finer living. I'm a lowly peasant. I eat porridge and work in the fields. I don't know a pen. What is that? I'm sorry. We'll move on. Christina says I still don't have the update and I'm annoyed. Oh, the 3.9.3? It's a good update. That 3.9.3 ViWoods update is really good. Mitchell says you'll see them in estate sales. The MontBlanc will be on the mantle with a price tag on it. We're just a bunch of plebs here. There we go. Plebs is another good word. I've never really understood luxury in the context of watches and pens. To me, that's like saying luxury computer. Listen, I'm about to do a video. I was practicing the intro of the video this morning before I came on live. I'm gonna demo that intro with you guys right now. Okay, this is the intro for a new video I'm doing. Hold on, let me get rid of my face so you can't see my face. All right, there we go. This may be the most premium pen in eInk. It may be the best pen in eInk. Aluminum body. Short stature. Ergonomic handle. I'm sorry, I lied. That wasn't how it was supposed to go at all. I worked on it this morning. I just ruined it, you guys. You'll see the video. God, I don't know what I was doing just now. That didn't work at all. All right, moving on. Listen, I think this is good though. I got a video coming out, and this I'm gonna brand this as the most premium pen in eInk when you do a few things. It'll be the most premium pen in eInk, but it probably will also be the most expensive pen in eInk. But that's why I want to do the video. I want to see just how expensive I can make this pen right here. We got 3 add-ons that's going to make this pen, that's going to skyrocket the price of this pen right here. And I can't wait to do it. 3 add-ons is going to make this pen over like $300. I love it. Big difference between luxury watches and pens than regular ones. Yeah, I'm giving serious thoughts to the ViWoods Mini now that new update came out. Penvy, good word. I like it. We need to copyright that before AI gets to it. Does the Kaweco write as light as the Lammy's? Oh my God! So you didn't see yesterday's show, Jay? Jay, hold up, Jay. Hold on, Jay. Prepare to be amazed, Jay. Prepare to be amazed. We're gonna do? We're gonna pull out the old ViWoods. We're gonna dust off the old ViWoods here. We're gonna dust off the ViWoods. Like Jay, one of the additions to this pen that's gonna make it one of the most expensive pens you can get is the addition of that right there, Jay. Can you see it? Can you see that crystal nib there, Jay? Oh boy, that's a Norris Digital Jumbo crystal nib that fits perfectly into this pen right here, Jay. We're gonna use it right now. Listen, oh boy. Jay, you won't believe, this pen, I love it. The only thing it's missing is a button. If it had a button, Jay, this would be perfect. It writes as dark as the Heart of Metal, which makes it better than the Heart of Metal 2 to me. Now let's pull out the lamp. Actually, you know what, you guys? Oh, this is perfect. So yesterday I couldn't do the Heart of Metal versus the Kaweco to show the darkness, but I found my nibs, and so I put a nib back into the Heart of Metal here, and we're gonna do a test real quick. Oh boy, can we not? Can we? Oh, where's my favorites? What do? There we go. All right, so here we go. This is the Heart of Metal pen right here, and how dark it writes. And this is one of the reasons why I love the Kaweco, because it has the same darkness. And when you throw a ceramic nib in this Kaweco and you get that rubber crap out of here, it is probably the best, right? Oh my goodness. All right. It's like having the Norris Digital Jumbo, but with a better body and better, I don't know if the ergonomics is better, but I do like the way it looks. Anyway, here we go. Harder metal. Actually, let me put a pressure sensitive pin on. We're using the ink pen right now with a 3-line darkness. Okay, so that's the heart of metal. This is the Kaweco with the crystal nib. Oh, whoa. Oh, that is a difference. It is a bit lighter. It is a bit lighter. I'm glad we tried this. We couldn't do this yesterday, so I didn't know the results were going to be like this. A tad lighter, but let's do the Lamy. So not as dark, not as light as the Lamy. So the Lamy would be the lightest. The Kaweco would be like mid, and then the heart of metal would be the darkest. They've tuned this heart of metal, man. They tuned the crap out of that heart of metal pen. I still would choose the Kaweco over the heart of metal though, because it writes darker than the Lamy, which is this line thickness is good enough right here. I can take that for being the number 3. I think it's on number 3. Yeah, it's on the number 3 line thickness right there. So I'll take that. Can we get down here a little more? Yeah, there we go. So I'll take that. All right. So, but I do like this. Oh my goodness, this thing it's the bee's knees. I really do like it. Like when you add the EMR insert to this. When you add the EMR insert to this, it adds more money to it. So I think you're already over $120 when you add the EMR insert to it, or something close to that. Then when you add the ceramic nib to it, I mean, you add another $50 onto that. Like, we're at like 170 probably right now. Then if you add, I think it's a $40 clip that goes on the back. We're over 200. We're over $200 for this pen. Actually, you know what? That's like the Lamy with the ceramic nib, with the Suno ceramic nib. So, and if we put a Suno ceramic nib in here, yeah, we're at 300. We're almost at $300 with a Suno ceramic. But with a crystal nib ceramic, we're about $200. I mean, that's an expensive pen, but I love it. Let's not get it twisted. That's an expensive pen, but I love it. What else we got in the eInk realm today? Oh, we haven't even gone over yet. We made it. What are we? All right, let's hit the rest of this Reddit eInk first before we get out of here, and the rest of the chat. Not as expensive as MontBlanc. No, not as expensive as MontBlanc. Penvy, yes. I like that word too. Oh no, this guy's gonna make me buy a Kaweco pen, isn't he? That Kaweco is really nice. I gotta say, I like it too because of it's to me it wins some points over the Lamy because of the matte finish, and it's not so long. Like when you put the top on the back, it's not as long as the Lamy, and I like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, it's a really good pen. It's a really good pen. After you get the rubber nib out of there, that rubber, I don't know why they do that. Why companies are going with this rubber nib? It's so nasty. Just do plastic. They would increase the experience of this pen tenfold if they just use plastic instead of the rubber. It's probably cheaper too. Probably cheaper. Yeah, a luxury item makes most sense in statement piece, like a watch. Yeah, and for tech that doesn't move too fast, like a mechanical watch. Spend a zillion on it and pretend like your progeny will want it. Yeah. What is progeny? Listen, my father-in-law has some Rolexes he got from his dad, and I'm wanting when he's gone. Okay, that's what that means. Gotcha. Context clues. I can get them. I get them. Chase says, "Oh no, how I believe it. All we got is Rolexes in my family. So you guys are handing down Rolexes. I'd be happy if someone handed me down an Apple C, brother. I don't know that any of my kids will want the Seikos I've built." Okay, the Kaweco seems maybe a little darker than the Scribe Premium. Interesting. Yeah. Not as dark as the Heart of Metal, but definitely darker than the Lamy. I'd argue the Heart of Metal is less tuned. Lamy is well liked by artists and calligraphers because you get a better dynamic range. Yes, and that's why I like it too for drawing. Way better dynamic range and line thickness with the Lamy. But that's why it draws a lighter line to start with, because there's more range there. Thanks for bringing that up, The Rock. It's something that a lot of people miss when they see the light line. No, it's just tuned for artists. And when I have a problem with the darkness of the lines, like The Rock said, I go to non-pressure sensitive pens, and that fixes the issue. MontBlanc has several $5,100 pens. It got thrown away when they cleaned my dad's porch. Aw, the Apple. It was an Apple IIc. Oh boy, that sucks, man. See, I would want someone to hand me down an Apple IIc. Yeah, from making the ceramic nib. So shout out to MLA ladies on Reddit. A magnetic Norris, I don't know what that's about, and a cap for the Norris. This guy did a lot. I think he did way too much to put the ceramic nib in this pen. That's a lot of work to do. He needed a non-toothed pliers, a Norris Jumbo or Mars Jumbo, Suno ceramic refill, nail clipper. He did a lot. If you guys want to check this out, I'll put matter of fact, let's go ahead and put this. If you guys want to know how to do this yourself, let me go ahead and put this in the description of the show notes here. There's a lot here that I really don't want to call out, but this gentleman did a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the show notes so you guys can check it out. If you guys want to check out the steps, I'm going to put it under the eInk links. Okay, there we go. Save. Awesome. All right, so it's there for you guys if you want to see these. I'm not going to go through all these steps. He did a lot. Oh, here's the video right here. So he's showing that it's working. But I don't know. I tested it on an old Norris. I managed to remove mine. Oh, so he took out the actual collar of the pen, it looks like. The hardest part now is buying the super note. It is not sold on European site. Okay. So the Jumbo is apparently made of wood. I didn't know that either. That's an interesting tidbit I read through this. What bothers me is if you mess up, the Norris is out of action. Yeah. Like I said, I think that my solution to this is a little easier just because, like I said, you take out the old nib, you put the new nib in, and you're done. But if you don't have the ability to do that and you want to put a super note nib in there, I guess this is an option for you. It's a lot though. But this young man did another thing as well. Hold on, is this the same dude? No, this is a different person. This person right here put a front light on the super note. Now clearly he did something special to it because you can see the screen is super glossy right there, and it probably doesn't have the writing film on it anymore. But it's a super note that'll blind you with the front light. I don't know who would want that and why. Oh, he put something on the back of it. Yeah. I don't want a super note light that bad that I want to go through all that. Okay. Interesting though. 3.9.8 is out. We talked about that already. Displacement strokes. This can happen for a lot of reasons here. So I wanted to talk about this just to give people some fixes for this. So displacement strokes can happen on your EMR devices for a few reasons. Now, a lot of the times it's not the device itself or the pen itself. Sometimes it's where you're writing on the device. I sometimes realize when I'm writing, Let's take this out right here. I realize sometimes when I'm writing at the edges here, the same thing happens to me. Let me cut this off because I'm not sure if there's sound in this or not. Oh boy, what did I do? There is no sound in this probably, but let's go back. Okay, so when you're in the this is not the device I want to have. All right, this is the device I want to have here because this illustrates that point a little better than the other device does. So let's go to. We'll do, I don't know, miscellaneous? October? Notes. Okay, here we go. We'll just create a new note. Handwritten note. Okay, so I hate how you got to go through so many steps to start a note now. This is ridiculous. I want to turn that off, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. So when you're in the corners over here, I'm not sure if we can see this, but when you're in the corners, the same thing happens. Now, I'm not sure why this is happening to that person, but when you're in the corners, you can kind of see that it's not picking up where I'm writing at. It's like to the side of where I'm writing. Maybe I can put the pen over here and you can illustrate that a little better. Oh. Make me a lie too, Onyx. Oh, it's working. It's working perfectly right now. Okay, that demo didn't go well. Clearly, they fixed that. But that's the first thing I thought of when I saw this person's issue with the writing offset on here. I thought, yeah, this is probably due to them being in a certain part of the device where it's doing that. Have you guys noticed that? And is it a problem for you? This is on the AI Paper Mini. I haven't noticed that on my ViWoods device, but when I do notice it on any other device, it doesn't bother me. Like, unless it's all the time, then it bothers me. If it only happens at certain times or certain spots, then I'm okay with that. What else we got here? Shipping delays on Paper Pro Move. Oh, is anyone else still waiting on delivery? I'm US based and ordered on the 11th. I've contacted support a few times and they keep saying shipping delays and they have no estimate for when it will ship. Wow. So the remove is delayed. Today was the promised day. They offered me a paltry $10 refund for the delay. I thought about canceling and ordering from Amazon, but the agent said that 100-day risk-free return is only when ordered from Remarkable. Pretty annoying overall. Okay, good to know. Delays, but and the 100-day is only available through Remarkable. I did not know that, so good to know. Keep Move selling Paper Pro. Yeah, I've been saying this. The screen on the remove is way better than the screen on the Remarkable Paper Pro. It doesn't even make me want to use the Paper Pro because the remove screen is so good and so much better. Stellar Norris Digital Jumbo, 100% that girl. Let's see what this is about. I got this new pen today, and it's seriously so good. It's slightly three-sided, so it fits my fingers so nicely. Yeah, that's ergonomics. So slightly, and is way more comfortable for long durations of writing. It's a sensitive tip and really works nice for drawing or if you write in cursive. The black on the sides are a softer material, so it gives some relief and fits nicely. The eraser is a plus. I love it so far. I like this pen too. This is the Jumbo Digital, the Norris Jumbo Digital. I love this pen. Very good pen. Do I have this over here? Yeah. Very good pen. I do love having it. I got the red eraser on mine though. Very nice pen. I do like it a lot. Reddit. What else we got here on Reddit? I think that's it. That was all the Reddit I thought was interesting today. Yeah, that'll be it. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for the show today. I really appreciate you guys joining me today. TGIF is Friday. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend that's coming up. You guys got any big plans that we're going to end up having to talk about Monday? Am I going to have to bail anyone out of jail? Okay? The Rock, listen, stay out of jail, bro. Stay out of jail. Okay, I don't need to bail anyone out over the weekend. Thank you guys for joining me. Let's get to the chat crew here. So we had Mitchell here today. We had Jay here today. Thanks for joining me. We had The Rock. We also had my brother, Mr. Larry Goodman. We had Hav here today. We also had who else? I think we said Mitchell already. But Mitchell here today. Dr. Ling, Aaron, Buck also joined us. Christina Ray, thanks for joining. Who else? It's a long chat list. We also had Palm. Thanks for joining, Parmesan. eInk was here today. Thank you for joining. We also had, I think that might have been it. Jack Betts was here. How's it going, Jack? Thanks for joining the show again. And I think that might have been it. That was it. If I missed you, my bad. I'll get you guys next week. If you want to join, so you have the badge by your name and I don't miss your name on the shout outs at the end of the show, hit that join button down below. Like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more of this content. We do this every weekday, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. 11 a.m. is usually the cutoff. We're 13 minutes over today. We're probably going to end up being 15 minutes over. We're good to go. Yeah, definitely join us and support the channel any way you can. You want to by viewership, joining the channel, by super things. Those are important too. So thank you guys for being here. And until next week, I will see you guys then and take care. Peace.